Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am back to finish up a project with this strip set that I made out of scrappy little strips that were left over when I cut a bunch of 2-inch squares. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I said a fabric basket. First I think I said a tote, and then I said fabric basket. I think I might go back to a tote. I'm not sure. I had decided on this for the lining, and then I was like, I don't know, pink and purple, is that too sicky sweet? But here's the deal. Let me see if I can show you. These shades of purple, I don't know what to call them. They're like plum, but not dark plum. This pink has lines in it, the same color. You know, it's got the, let me get closer up, sort of purplish lines. I have no clue what I'm showing you or if it's focusing. So I like it. This itself is not too big. I would have liked maybe a boxed bottom. I mean, it's cute. It would have been, you know, maybe like this. So a little tote. But I think what I'm going to do is, I think I will be adding a strip of this on the sides so that I can have the sides have this. And then I want to make the lining taller than the bag so that maybe there's like an inch of the lining above. And then I can decide if I want a little handle or not. I might just do it like a little fabric basket, and then if I decide to have a handle, well, I'll just attach it to the sides, you know, with X's and a square, instead of having them tucked in, because I'm not really sure what I want to do. So let me think a little bit more, because obviously I don't have this really planned out. I'll be right back. I stared at this way longer than I want to admit. I'm going to straighten this out a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm just going to go like this. This edge is pretty straight. Where is a cutter? Let's see. So I'm just going to take a little bit off. And same on the other side. Okay, I like that. Now I'm going to have seams on the sides. There won't be any seams on the bottom. I was undecided, but I think I've decided. Oh, and the other thing, I could have the fabric this way on the sides where the print is going horizontal and this is vertical, but no, I've decided I want it this way, so everything is going vertical. So I need to cut a piece this way as big as this piece. I didn't mean as big, I meant as tall. So I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to go ahead and cut a piece. Maybe there'll be enough. No, maybe there won't be enough for the lining. Let me plan some more. This does have to be trimmed, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut a generous piece, like maybe way up here. And that will give me enough for the lining and for the sides. And I can always cut more if I need something for any little handle. I am going to cut two 2-inch strips for the sides. I'm going to sew one of these on each side of this. My mother is sleeping, so I was able to turn the TV down. It's a little bit more quiet. And this is what I did a long time ago. I took a break and had lunch. I added a strip to each side. And now I'm going to just trim this, and then I'll tell you what size it ends up being, just in case you want to make something similar. We have a piece that is about 19 inches long by 11 inches wide. Actually, 19 1/4 by 11 1/4. Now, if you want to do this, you can just use a plain piece of fabric. It doesn't have to be all this strip set stuff. Now I'm going to fold this up and I am going to sew the sides. Now I'm going to cut a piece the same width, but longer, and maybe an inch or more longer. Let me just see. I only need one piece to match this size, so I folded it over with the lines going vertically since I have the vertical thing going on, and I'm going to cut it to the same width, and then I think I'm going to leave it like 2 inches taller than this. I actually cut it 2.5 inches taller. Now I have to think again. I wanted to make this quite boxy, but I don't know how it's going to look if I cut out corners and I'm cutting out those strips. When I sew that together, I don't know. I think we're going to try it and then we'll see, right? So I would like to go in 2.5 inches. Now what I did is I'm going to cut all the corners at the same time. Doesn't matter if it's inside out or not at this point. So I just have the bottoms. These are both folded and I have the bottoms lined up, and I'm going to make a mark. I found these pencils that I've never used, and I'm just going to make a mark on 2.5 inches right here, and then 2.5 inches this way. And then I could draw a line if I feel like I can't just eyeball that. So it's going to go from here to there, and then it's just going to go down. I don't even use the ruler. I'm pretty sure I can eyeball this better than these silly marks that I'm trying to make. All right, I'm good. I'm going to just scissor cut. And I'm going to do the same on this side. That's not perfect. I think that's okay. Now I'm going to put this guy aside for a minute. I'm going to open this up, and we're going to match up this. Oh, that might be kind of cool. All right, so did you see what I'm doing? You take the diaper, and you're just going to like put the seam to here. So you just open it up, and it just naturally happens. And I'm going to sew across, and I'm going to do the same on the other side. It's going to be like this, and I'm going to sew across. And that's going to give us our boxed bottom. I love how this came out. It's quite boxy, like I wanted. And see the sides? How cool that ended up being? Because some of the regular piece folded over to this side. Okay, now for this guy, we're going to put this right sides together. There's a couple of ways I could do this. Many people leave a hole on the side to turn everything. I could cut the bottom and turn that way, but I think I'm going to try the side method. I don't know if I've ever done that. So on one side, I'm going to sew all the way down. On the other, I'm going to leave an opening. People leave little tiny openings. I don't know why they want to struggle that much. I'm going to leave a decent opening so my big fat chubby hand can get in there. And I'm also going to close up these corners, and I'm a little scared. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. Just fold that over like this, sew right across. If you wanted an actual, stiff basket, then you would have lined both these pieces on the wrong side with a heavy stabilizer, an iron-on fusible stabilizer. And that would stiffen it right up. I don't have any, and I haven't purchased any since I moved here, and I didn't feel like going out and getting any. And then if I wanted some little handles, I could enclose them, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm anxious to just put this together. So the outer part is right sides out. The lining is wrong side out. See, the right side is on the inside. This is my side where my seam is. I'm going to tuck this inside here, and I'm going to put the seam on this side. I can feel it, I can see it, to the seam on this piece. And I'm going to make sure that it's lined up on the other side too. And then I'm just going to sew all the way around. and this is all 1/4" seam allowances. So you just line up your 2 side seams on each end. Okay, I did that. I sewed all the way around. So far, I have really liked this whole process. But my opening is a little bit smaller than I wanted, but I still think I can flip all that through. I know I can because I see other people with just tiny little, like an inch, and they do it. So let's just flip this all the way through. I did it. Now I have to find that little opening, and I'm just going to stitch it closed with my machine. Now we're going to put this boxed bottom into this boxed bottom. We're just going to tuck it all inside, and that should leave us with a nice edge on the top of the lining fabric. So in other words, you're just sticking the lining in there. Ooh, oh my goodness. Look how cool that's going to look. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, I'm just gonna go press this, and then I'm going to go all the way around here, and I think just there. I don't think I need to sew on the top. I'm gonna just top stitch here, just to hold that into place. You guys, I love this so much. And even though it's not stabilized, it stands up. I will be taking pictures, so watch until the end. This just came out so good, and I would know how to make a bunch of these now. I do need to get some stabilizer. And if you wanted, you could also roll it down again if you want it to be a little shorter. That even makes it a little bit more stable. And you can put all kinds of things in there. And if you want to just use it like as a decorative little basket, like on a shelf, you could stick some skeins of yarn in there, or you can have it hold fat quarters. It's not like really stiff enough for like your hair brushes or things like that, but with some stabilizer, we'll make one with stabilizer. Oh, I just love it so much. It's just so cool. You can see the inside. But I will take some pictures. Oh yeah, and this is going to be a penny auction on eBay. So go check out my eBay link. It's always in the description of this video. And you can bid on this if you want. Love it. I absolutely love it. And I could make a little handle if I wanted. But ideally, I would like it to be a handle that could detach. I have to get the little hardware for that, so that when I make things, it could be a basket or a tote bag with a handle. But for this one, we're just going with a fabric basket. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back with more soon. Bye!